Hello YouTube, this is me, Brady again, and this time I'm going to be reviewing the Nikon D300. So this is basically what the body of the camera looks like with the 18 to 70mm lens. Now it has a bright 3-inch LCD display. Just to show you an idea of how bright the screen is. It's overexposing the video camera. So it's pretty darn bright and vibrant, although the plastic LCD cover does scratch a lot, so I don't like that. Now the strap that comes with the Nikon D300, it gets very disgusting, so you might want to look into getting a new strap. I got this cool cam rack one. It's pretty cool. And it just snaps off with the whatchamacallit. And anyways, it's a nice camera. 6 frames per second maximum shooting without the MB-D10 battery grip, and it takes the Nikon EL3E batteries, and it gets me on average about 2,000 shots, although I don't constantly check the LCD display. One nice feature about the camera is that it has active D-lighting, which means that it pulls up your shadow detail, as well as pulls down overexposure, so it keeps your images from being overexposed or underexposed, which is really nice if you're shooting JPEG. But it also has 14-bit RAW for RAW shooters, so you can get so much more detail when shooting RAW as opposed to 14-bit. Okay, so enough with that, and now we're gonna talk about the MB-D10 battery grip. So let me just put this on here. Now, the MB-D10 battery grip can either take an EN-EL3E battery, or it can take an EN-EL4A battery, which will give you 8 frames per second, as well as the 8 batteries actually. When you put these in, it'll give you 8 frames per second. So you can pull out whatever battery you have in the D300, which I have my EN-EL3E, and I can put in my AA's. And let me just change the settings here, and I'll give you guys an idea of what 8 frames per second sounds like. So let's just set this to manual, put the exposure up as high as it will go, and take out my CF card. And here we go, just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. Oops, forgot one thing. If you have your EN-EL3E battery inside the camera, I haven't really figured out how yet, but with that battery in, you won't be able to shoot 8 frames per second. So you're either going to have to find something in the settings that will let you change it, but without that battery in, it'll give you 8 frames per second. So let me just put back on the battery grip, and let's hear what 8 frames per second sounds like. Okay, very fast. Way faster than anybody would ever need to shoot. I mean, I know many of professionals that have D3s, they don't even shoot that fast. Most of the time, they're either shooting CL, which is 3 frames per second, or they're shooting single, which you have to click each time you want to take a picture. So, for me, most of the time I just shoot in single shot or CL, which is low, which is 3 frames per second. So with the optional MB-D10 battery grip, you can use 2 batteries in the body at once and get about 5,000 to 6,000 shots per charge on each battery, which is very nice. Now also with my D300, I picked up this 32GB Transcend CF card. Now this thing is 133x speed transfer, and it works very well. I haven't had it fail on me once yet, so I mean that's great. I mean, especially for a 32 gigabyte card. Okay, now let's talk about the charger for the EL3E batteries. The charger that comes with the D300. It's nice, small, and compact. I've seen point-and-shoot cameras that have bigger chargers than this, so it's really nice. Nice having a small, light, compact, easy to travel battery. Now, I also have an SB800 flash strobe. This thing complements the D300 very well if you're shooting at high ISOs. It really comes in handy when you're trying to get really good exposures. The flash gets really bright when you're above ISO 1600, so just make sure that whatever subject you're taking pictures of, that you don't shoot very bright. But anyways, very nice strobe. Now, I have two other lenses, and I'll be making some reviews later about these lenses. I have the 85mm f1.8, which works very well with the D300. Highly recommend getting one. And I also have the 16mm fisheye lens. Both are made by Nikon, and they're very high-end pieces of glass. So I gotta say, I just love the Nikon D300. If you have the $1,800 to spare, I'd highly recommend getting one. It's very heavy duty. It's made out of a magnesium alloy body, so I mean, you can drop this thing and it'll be fine. It'll just, you know, bounce and get like a little scrape on the bottom or whatever. I've shot about 25,000 shots so far with this camera out of the 6 weeks. Actually, no, I haven't even had it for 6 weeks. It's been out about 5 weeks that I've had it, and it's still going. I mean, the shutter still sounds great and everything. The 3D tracking, a really nice feature of the 51 autofocus points. It can focus very fast, which is one thing I really like. If you can get yourself on the AFS lenses, very fast on the D300. So, I don't know what else I can say about the D300. I mean, it's a great camera. Love it. Use it every day. Shoot many shots. Highly recommend getting Lightroom to complement it. You'll love Lightroom if you are a real pro shooter. Don't know what else to say, but you might also want to get some fast lenses like the 50mm f1.8 or f1.4, which will give you really great low light results. If you're shooting at ISO 2000 in like this type of lighting here, it looks great, especially if you have the f1.8 lens. Yeah, it's crazy. So, anyways, the Nikon D300, good camera, highly recommend it. And let's just hear what 6 frames per second sounds like again. I'll just put this back into CH. Oh, and actually, one more feature I wanted to show off. It has live view, which basically lets me, yeah, just get an idea. This is me. You're seeing it through my camera's lens. So it's got a live view, which is basically like using a point and shoot, basically, only on a DSLR. So anyways, that was the last feature I wanted to show you. So now let's hear 8 frames per second. Oops. 8 frames per second. You gotta love it. What can I say? With the Nikon D300, you'll love it. And if you don't have enough money, go for the Canon 40D. They're both great cameras. You'll love them both. Okay, thanks for watching.